Hello everyone, Traza here. We're going to try an arrow Sudoku today. I'm not as good at arrows as I am with the other stuff. Killer and arrow are the two that I kind of have the hardest time with. Killer is just a lot of math and it's a lot of options and stuff that are kind of difficult and whatnot. So this is one that we're going to take a look at. It is a normal arrow. Basically, what happens in these normal arrows is there will be a circle. The circle is going to have a number in it, and whatever that number is, the things on the line are going to add up to it. So I can tell you by looking at there, there's two places I want to start. It's going to be, well, I guess three. It's going to be this line, this line, this line. They all have some numbers on it. I'm going to highlight all of these right here to kind of make sure I don't forget to take a look at each one of these. So if a 6 is on this line, this has to be at least a 6. So this has to be a 7, 8, or a 9. You can see that it already sees a 9 in the middle. So this has to be a 7 or an 8. And you can see it can't be a 7 because it sees a 7 as well that I missed. So it has to be an 8, which means that the only digit here that it could be is a 2. The other way to think about this is if the 7 wasn't here, this would have to be a 1, and that wasn't going to be possible, which is what I saw originally. I did not see that. I saw a 7. It was even easier. So this is now an 8 and a 2. Easy enough. All right. Next one here is this 7. So this now has to be an 8 or a 9, and it already sees the 9, so it has to be an 8. Oh my gosh, gotta make sure I press these buttons right. Meaning that this has to be a 1. Because a 7 and a 1 will make the square the right number. This one has to be at least a 7. Can't be an 8. Could be a 9. So we are going to put 7 and 9. This is the first one that's truly an option. If the answer was 7, it would have to be a 1. If the answer is 9, it would have to be a 3. Okay. Next up, I guess technically we can also say, if you look at these two ones right here, this one of those two up top is a 1. Fungus! One of these two here is a 1. Sudoku down. 1, 1, 1 here. Okay. How about these 2s? 2 up, 2 up. So one of these two here in the middle is a 2. 2 over, 2 over. One of these two is a 2, or one of these three is a 2. Now this one's interesting because there's arrows on these two, and to get a 2, you'd have to have two ones pointed together. And in fact, the only ones here that could possibly have that as an option would be this square and this square, because these two could technically be the same number. Um, it does both these squares see a 1, both these squares see a 1, so it can't be a 2 in this particular puzzle. But say these both were the same number, it could possibly be that. Unless it says, unless it had a specific rule that said it couldn't be, which is not the case. So these two can't be a 2, so this one has to be the 2. Ones, none of these can be 1. This can't be a 1. This right here is the 1. You can't put a 1 in the circle unless it's a 1 digit or one length 1 arrow. If it was a length 1 arrow, it would actually imply that they are the same number. One's across, not here, not here, not in the middle, so one of these two here is a 1. All right. One's down, not here, not here. One of these two is a 1. Oh, I'm sorry, and not here. That red mark really does help out sometimes. All right, so now we figured out this one. Now look at this, we got both things on an arrow. There's a 5 and a 1 on the arrow. The arrow has to be a 6. How about the 3 on this line? 3 would have to be in one of two spots, here or here, because if we put a 3 on here, we would need a 2 and a 1, and both of these arrows see 1s. In fact, we have pretty much all but 2 of our 1s here. So we wouldn't have 3 as an option because we can't have access to that 1. So one of these two is a 3. Can I do the same thing with 4? 4 is also requires a 1. Because both of those guys see 2 digits in a row, um, you can't use a 1. The only way to make 4, well, there's two ways to make 4. It's 2 and 2 and 3 and 1. If I can't do 3 and 1, it would have to be a 2 and 2, and if both these cells see each other, it cannot be it. You can see that this has already been resolved, this 3-4 pair. This is the 3, this is the 4 because of this 4 over here. All right, this would leave the last 2 digits as a 5, 7 as the 2 options. This one sees a 7, so it's 5 and a 7. How do you make a 5? 4 and 1, but we can't use that 1, so it's a 2, 3. You can see that these 2 3s will actually resolve it. This is a 3, this is a 2. 7 and 1 are already on both the digits for this arrow, meaning that we know this is an 8. Let's see. Next thing we can work on is, how about this 3 guy right here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is the lowest digit this can be. 6 is the highest. And that would make this be a 8 or a 9, and it does see an 8 both in the box and in the column. So this has to be a 9, this has to be a 6. This row is missing a 3, a 7, or no, not 7, 3, an 8, and a 9. This one can be an 8 or a 9, cannot be a 3 because you can't do the 2 here. So this is an 8 or a 9. Any of these restricted? This can't be an 8, it could be a 9 or a 3. This one can't be a 3, so it has to be an 8 or a 9. Because of this 3 right here, means there's only one place for a 3 in this row, which is right here. 3 can only be in these 2 places in this square, because it can't be here, and can't be in this middle one. Not to mention there's a 3 on this arrow, so it wouldn't work either. The lowest number that this could be is a 4. 1, 2, 3 are all seen. So 4 and 3 is a 7. Can't be an 8 or a 9. If 7 is the lowest number, that's the lowest number because there's nothing higher available. All right. 1, 2, 3's over here. 4. How about 5? Yeah, 5. 6 isn't at the top, so 6 is here. Leaves only one spot for a 3. Leaves only one spot for a 5. 5 somewhere here on the bottom. If this was a 5, that would be a 9. That is absolutely doable. If this is a 5, then this right here would be a 6. That is not doable. This does have to be the 5. This does have to be a 9. This can be a 7 or an 8, both of which are still doable. This is the other one of a 7 or an 8. Can I put an 8 with a 2? The answer is no. That would make that a 10. So that is a, oops, that is a 9. That is a 7. So that makes this is an 8. And this is a 9. This is an 8. You can also see earlier we did a 9 here, which makes this have to be the 7, which makes this have to be the 1, which makes that the 1. Now we have a 4 and a 1 right here on this arrow, which makes this right here have to be a 5. The last digit for the row is a 6. 6 can't be used, can't have a 5 in there for it. Can't be 2 3s because they both see each other, so it has to be a 4-2 combo. 2 can't be in this box, 4 can't be in this row. So this has to be the 2, this has to be the 4. This can't be the 2, so now this is the 2. All right, let's look at all these 2s. So no 2 here, no 2 here, no 2 here, no 2 here. So there's only one spot for a 2 left. If this is a 7 and one of the digits is a 2, then 5 is the other digit. All right, we can do some column logic here in a second, and row logic. Let's finish the last arrow if we... Nope, we got all the arrows done. All right, so let's go ahead and do that row logic. Or column logic, let's start column. 3 and 4 are the 2 digits left over. This box already has a 3, so this cannot be a 3, so it's a 4. Oops, it's the 4. This one's the 3. All right, what's next? We want to do row logic. Row logic right here. The 2 digits left over are 3 and 7. So 3 and 7 in this row. This can't be a 7, so this has to be the 3. This is the 7. Another thing we could have looked at is this row right here, which is just missing one digit, which was the 8, which is also the same digit the box is missing now. 8 is the only thing that's missing, or can't be in these columns. The other way to look at it is it couldn't be in these rows. So this is the 8. 9's in one of these two. The other digit that's in one of those two is a 3, which we do have a 3 here. So this is a 3. This is a 9. 9 now has to be at the top. 3 is already in there. 1, 2, 3. How about 4? 4 can't be here, so 4 is here. Actually, there's only one digit left over for this row, which is a 6. 1 that's left over for this one, which is a 6. 4 and 5 left for this. 5 can't be here. So this is a 4. And in fact, 4 couldn't be here. So this is the 5. So the last thing left over for this row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so in this box, 5 is the only thing, 5 and a 4, or no, 5 and a 9. 5 here, so 5 there. 9 is the last one. 9 is in the last column here. Can't be in this last row. Can't be in the first row, so it's there. 2 is in one of these two. Can't be there, so there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't be in this, or because it can't be in the bottom row, so it's here. The last digit left is a 6. 7 and 3. Can't be here for the 3, so 7, 3, and there you go. There's an arrow Sudoku all completed. Let me know how you guys did, and I'll shut up now.